Welcome to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludke, and I'm here today in beautiful downtown Frazee on Old County 10 and Highway 87. And it's a gorgeous day in Minnesota, and especially great in Frazee. And you know, we're gearing up for the end of spring, getting ready for summer. And one of the big things that we do every year, the city works with District 23 for summer recreation. And I want to remind all the families that your summer rec applications have to be in by Friday the 4th of May. And it's $20 per child, maximum of $60 per family. The fee includes t-shirts. If you have a Little League or Babe Ruth, you need a green Frazee cap, and there's an additional charge of $10. Please make it out, your checks out to Frazee Summer Recreation. Dustin Geiser will be once again running this, and we're hoping to have a good turnout. You know, and we deal with all ages. You know, we have 5th and 6th, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 13, 14, you know, the whole gamut. And we've just got our new dugouts done out there at the ball fields. So we'd appreciate you making sure that your child has brought home his registration that was handed out in school. If not, you can get a hold of them at the Frazee City office at 222 West Main. Talk to Marion. She has a sign up there. And then we have Babe Ruth players will have to bring a copy of their birth certificate. But just a reminder, you know, this is the week you have to do this stuff if you want to get your children involved. Also, we'll be opening the beach again this summer. We're looking for a beach supervisor who will have lifeguard instructor certification and first aid certification. And applications for that job can be picked up also at the Frazee City office. Just talk to Marion. Marion gets all this. One of these days I'm going to coax her into being on TV3, but she's camera shy. And but you know, we put a lot of things together for the kids for the summer. There's other stuff happening with community education. You can get a hold of Lori Thorpe at the school on that. It looks like we'll be having a yoga board class out at Eagle Lake Park this summer. So feel free to contact the school or the city office about your options for your children for the summer, because we're more than happy to have your kids out there and help them enjoy a structured outdoor recreational summer. Help them learn how to swim. Help them to become better ball players and interact with the other kids in the community. So feel free to get a hold of us. And so, on our next segment here, which we'll be going to after our break, then I'll tell you why I'm standing in the ditch here. So that, we'll be right back with another segment of Spotlight on Frazee. Welcome back to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludke. And as I said before the break, you're probably wondering what I'm doing in the ditch here. Well, if you look at the little sign behind me here, it says Heartland Trail. And the other little sign I'm holding says Future Route. We are standing at the apex of the Heartland Trail extension coming from Detroit Lakes, and where it's going to head east to Park Rapids, Minnesota. So after, I think, about 24 years since this thing was originally implemented by the state, and about 8 years of work, some by yours truly and a lot of by former Detroit Lakes Mayor Larry Bubel, Senator Keith Langseth, Representative Mark Wirt and Eakin, and Senator Rod Skoy from Clearwater County. It looks like this year we're finally going to get some shovels turned on the segment between Detroit Lakes and Frazee. And if you look down the ditch here, we have all these little red flags. We have Northern Engineering and Consulting out of Bemidji has been giving the feasibility study contract from the Department of Natural Resources for this 10-mile link of the corridor connecting into Detroit Lakes. And what's very interesting about this segment is that Part of it will be going on the old ox cart trail where they drove ox carts 160 years ago. And further on, when you get out to Acorn Lake, where we'll have a 3.5-acre park on the trail, you'll be able to look across the grade to where a Army mule train once fell into the lake and all of the mules died. After that, you'll be going down towards what is called McHugh West on your way to Detroit Lakes, which is the old Burlington Springs. And we're hoping to work out a stop there with the family that owns the spring so that the walkers and the riders will be able to fill their water jugs there at a historic spot where the railroad always filled their steamers and their trains with water. So it's an interesting thing for us after all these years to finally get to the point where we're going to get a shovel in the ground. And it wouldn't be without the help of all of you out there in TV3 land. Also, I'd like to remind you that the 5th through the 13th is Walk or Bike to Work Week. This is by partnership. Thank you, Pat Hollister, for all the work you do in the area with the other cities. But remember, get out, be healthy, enjoy the outdoors, be responsible, make sure you know where you're riding. In downtown Frazee on Main Street, 2 blocks, 1 block east and 1 block west on Main, is prohibited from riding bicycles on the sidewalk because of people coming in and out of businesses. We don't want some bicyclist to get a door in the face or some person walking out of a business getting run over by somebody on a bicycle. So remember that. And since it is spring, we want you to watch out for the bicyclists, the riders, the runners, the walkers, the motorcyclists. Stay alert. There's a lot of more people coming out now than have all winter. So with that, we hope that you enjoy your spring, and we look forward to seeing you in the future on the Heartland Trail Extension. Have a great week, and we will talk to you next week on Spotlight on Frazee.